So I don't know. So this my turntable on my desk when I'm bored and I got like 5 minutes. I'll go ahead and just cut it up, a little bit, practice on some things. But here's some work I'm working on right now.
This is the latest?
This is the latest. I haven't started. It's kind of, I'm trying to build something. I'm working on this series right now of pieces that I took a bunch of old Playboys someone gave me for Christmas, and they're like, dude, here, Merry Christmas. I'm like, dude, I don't know, what am I gonna do with all this stuff? And I was like, well, you'll figure it out. So I ended up figuring it out, and that's what I'm working on right now, is a whole series. Just taking women's faces and the tones of the old magazines. They have this cool, like, really warm tone compared to, like, new magazines, and they're very cold and uninviting. And, like, the old Playboys, the photographers were better, and just, So what I've been doing also is taking old advertising from, like, the 1-800 numbers in the back of the magazines and creating my own design and then screen printing on top of them. Basically, like, I'll draw it out, and I'll draw like some kind of design element on it, and then I'll basically cut the magazines out, like, and I'll cut them out on my board, and I'll glue them, and then sometimes I'm like staggering them so they look kind of nuts, or sometimes I'm just like, sometimes I put a random piece in there, and I kind of follow a guideline. And once I'm done with it, I kind of make sure that it's sealed and like Mod Podge, so it says nothing's popping up. And then I resin coat it, and like I mix resin, which resin is like, it's a nightmare, and you always get it on the. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's like.
That's why it's a workshop.
They call him Mickey Slicks. He's a kind of our little protege, like, of DJing. He's a b-boy, really talented kid, really amazing kid. He's from Vietnam, and sometimes, like, he texts us stuff. I'm like, what in the hell does that say? So I started this series called the Mickeyism, and it was all things Mickey says. I was trying to teach myself sign painting. I was like really interested in lettering and stuff like that. So I was like, what a better way to do it. The secret to sign painting is, the faster you do designs, the cleaner your designs, the more work you get, the more money you make. So back in the day, before everything was all plastic and not done, it was all hand done. So every stroke was done, by hand. So it's like original, like, advertising and like billboards and everything. That was all hand done.
So why go through that whole process? Does it look better to you? Do you just love the craft of it? Because
I love the craft of it. I love the craft of it. There's a lot easier way to do it. I mean, I could stencil it. I can design it and print it out onto a printer, and then vinyl cut it. You can do whatever you want. But there's something romantic about hand doing something. The feeling of it. The way you can touch it. The way you can smell it. The way you can just feel. You can tell how something's made, and you can look at a mistake. There's nothing perfect about it. If you look at a tattoo, no tattoo is perfect. There's always mistakes, but that's what's awesome about it. It's a craft. It's not perfect. It's not done by a machine. It's done by a human. There's something fascinating about letter structure, and then like script and cursive, and like just the way movement is of like certain letter structures and letter, like movements. So I kind of started painting like that and kind of building stuff of like,
Yeah, I see.
It's based off of like, letters and just, feeling and movement of like certain like textures, the way to build stuff, like there's certain whips, when people are doing like certain whips, there's like, there's always something like that, like for any kind of drawing, for any like kind of head, there's always. I throw a lot of shows, I do a lot of shows, so sometimes, I do posters. I can't rely on someone else to do my posters because they're never to the quality I want them to be. So I design all my own posters. It was a 2-screen process. So basically, you have a half-tone back, and then I have this on front. So I did a gold, black back. This is the colorway I chose. I could have, done any kind of like complementary colorway, but I did black and gold. I thought it was cool because I had some, and actually I had extra gold from that. So I was like, I want to save a little money.
And I think it kind of reflects the mood.
But it's hand done. It's I don't know. This thing is awesome to me. I know it's super weird. Like,
where'd you get it?
I will first off never get rid of this thing ever. I bought this in Philadelphia. I saw it in Philadelphia, and it had a price tag on it for $75. I said, I'll give you $50 cash for this thing right now. And he took it. I couldn't believe it. And it is the coolest thing ever. Chuckles Amusement. It's hand painted, right? I looked this place up. I couldn't find out what it was, but like, it's got this cool, like sparkled plastic on top, and it's got wood grain on the steering
It
wheel.
does sparkle. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's so cool. And like, even better than that, it's got a motor on it, and you can put a battery in it. So one day I'm gonna try to build it into like something crazy. But yeah, it's
Take
kinda,
it out to the lake.
I don't know if I can get in it. I got a blown knee, so I'm gonna try to.
Hop in, I'll push you.
Oh, might have to. Oh, don't judge me. Oh God. This is how you have to ride this thing now.
Can you steer?
No, I don't think so. Oh, am I? I don't think so.
Do you consider the car a piece of art?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, someone put a ton of time into this thing.
What year is it?
1965. So, when it runs, it's awesome. When it doesn't, it's a headache. But it's my baby, and it's not perfect. It's not a show car, but it's a daily drive. I can drive it, and it's fun. It's like a gray lawnmower. It's like a lawnmower engine. But no, it's cool, man. It's really fun. I don't know, you want to go for a spin?
Yeah.
This is why I can smile. This is why I'm happy, you know what I mean? This is why I'm happy. I get to roll around, and this thing is like almost 50-something years old. Like,
So, why Raleigh?
Well, to live here?
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Especially as an artist. Couldn't you go somewhere
I could.
a little bit bigger?
I've been somewhere. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Philadelphia. I grew up in New Jersey. I don't know. I like it here. This place has a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity. And I'm stoked, and I'm very happy to be part of it. And I feel like I'm one of the people that's helping build it into something great.
How?
I don't know, just with like art and music and the events we do, and like, you know, just in general in life, you know what I mean? The way I carry myself. If I want something to happen, I make it happen. If it hasn't happened before, then I do it, you know? So, I mean, I'm happy, you know? Like, I got gigs. I built a decent name for myself and the community, and I support the community. And
Would you change it?
I don't know, one thing is there should be more murals in the city. There should be a ton more murals in the city.
agree.
Like these buildings are here. They're so boring. There's nothing on them. You know what I mean? A mural also will help your business. It'll help your business grow. People will shoot photos outside of your building. You know, people like will notice your business. Like, wow, people take notice of stuff like that, and it helps bring a community together.
Would you do more murals if you could?
Yeah, if I could. I mean, if there's opportunities, right? You know, if there's a chance to do anything, I'll do it. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. I'll always do it.
As long as you're creating something.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as I'm making something and creating something, then I'll do it, no matter what it is. That makes sense, right?
Thanks for the ride.
You're welcome. I told my coffee.